Let's add another modifier to make this start looking a little bit smoother and more detailed. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this modifier, and I'm going to go ahead and add another one. And again, I can middle mouse wheel up and down. These are in alphabetical order, but the one I want is subdivision surface. And if I click on that, I can see what happens. It becomes a lot softer. And it might be kind of tough to tell, but I feel like I can see that, like this face, for example, it divided vertically and horizontally. Okay, so it literally quadrupled the number of polygons that we have. And you can see that if I go like this, it's going to quadruple that, because now it took those faces and then split those vertically and horizontally. And I could keep going, and I can make that super, super smooth. But I don't want it to be that smooth. I feel like I want it maybe that smooth right there. So once I have that, it's not really, the shape isn't exactly really like that until I commit to it. So if I wanted to commit to it, I would go over here. I'd have to make sure that I'm in object mode. Then I'd go here and go to apply. Now I can see that. Now I can see the true polygons, and now it is really that dense. What's nice about that is I have more geometry right here that I'll be able to kind of pull out the ears from. But I want to show you something. If I open this up, and now if I look back at it like this, I'll be able to kind of better tell if it's matched to the image plane. So what I mean by that is if I come in here, I can see that the face is kind of thin, kind of too thin now. So if I go over here, and if I select, if I hit tab to go into edit mode, select this, and if I'm looking at it from, let's say, the front, and if I pull this out, you can see how harsh that looks, right? So there's something called proportional editing, which is this up here. If I click on that, now proportional editing is on. And when I pull this, you can see it looks like it's affecting so much. But if I start pulling this, and then if I middle mouse wheel, this is my influence zone. So if I bring this way down, it's only going to affect right here. But if I make this bigger, you can see how it's allowed to affect more. Okay, more and more and more. So again, I need to kind of start pulling that to get it started. But then once it's started, then I can, so I pull to get it started, and then you can see that softness. So if I look at it from the front, I'm just going to kind of go like this. I can even grab more than one. And if I feel like it's too much, I can kind of wheel that down. And I should be able to get it really nice. Again, not that it needs to be perfect at this stage. But I feel like this is looking really good here. And if I put this in X-ray, I can kind of see where I'm at with, with everything. And I don't want to get overly kind of worked up on trying to get this to be exact, but I feel like we can see the possibility with this kind of this proportional editing tool. And I love how you can kind of change the influence after the fact. There we go. And let's see, maybe here I can kind of wheel that down, and you can kind of see how I can, get in there and make some smaller adjustments, or more refined, I should say. And some of this stuff may have been aligned before, but I feel like now that we kind of smoothed it out, it averaged out, and it might need a little bit of help to get kind of back on track. And back here, let's take a look. Excellent. We can see how obviously tight our grid is. I can see here with the mouth, that looks pretty wide open now. So to close that, I think I might come in with the just grab these faces here. And then just simply maybe scale them. Whoa. And again, you can see with scale, I'm going to turn off proportional editing and just kind of bring that down like this. And then maybe just help this out a little bit. And I do have proportional editing off, so you can kind of toggle between that. Back here is a good example of where we would need it. All right. Yeah, looking good. Just going to kind of soften the chin out a little bit, just eyeballing. Again, maybe you turn off proportional editing and just kind of all right. All right, our character's really starting to come alive. I suppose I could do maybe some cleanup on the eyes, but maybe I'll save that for the next lesson.